a believer that they're better to take as an option rather than obviously getting involved with your dealer, with your brokers as short sellers of stock. But anyway, the idea is that these should be selling opportunities, short opportunities, and this is ticker symbol WISH. And we were able to pick up some puts around the $9.40 area, or the short stock position around about the $9.40 area. And interestingly enough, WISH opened gap down at $6.70. So there was a fairly reasonable sell-off on WISH on the earnings report. Now, obviously, that's got an earnings report, so there's a reason why it's gapped down the way it did. But the way that the order flow was stacking up, we got a signal to sell it on WISH from yesterday. Now, that was our top pick, actually, interestingly enough. That was our top pick. Our second top pick was DKNG, ticker symbol DKNG. And this is what's happened since the open. So again, the closing price we had was here at $54.70. And you can see, obviously, DKNG has had a bit of a sell-off today. We've ended up down a low price of $53.60. So about $1, a bit of $1 lower. A bit of $1 lower, guys. So that's pretty good. Again, pretty good. Interestingly enough, ticker symbol UVXY caught our attention as well at the close. And if you look at UVXY, of course, this is the ProShares VIX short-term futures. And we got a signal that this was going to gap down at the open. So we went $23 down to $22.35. So we got a signal on UVXY last night to sell it at the close. Another one we had was ticker symbol DIS, one that you've probably came across before. It's Disney. And this one didn't work out. We got a reversal squeeze on Disney. So there's the ones that doesn't work out. Disney opened gap up today based on the fact that there was obviously that squeezable quality about the marketplace. And obviously when the Disney signal came out, it's very, very similar type activity. And on that occasion, of course, the put options just got blown out. I mean, that's what happens sometimes. So we've hit four winners and one loser on the put options today. And that's fair enough. I mean, as I said, that sometimes happens as well. And this was the other one. This was a ticker symbol, actually, that we had as a cat from the other day. It was ticker symbol open, and it was a sell at $18 at the close, and it opened at $17.30 today, $17.30. So another profit on the gap, during that process. And you can see, obviously, that that's ended up quite a good story, quite a good strong storyline, isn't it? Just getting the 3 o'clock data, guys. So, looking at the preliminary University of Michigan numbers, quite disappointing overall. The consensus seems to be that these are not a good set of numbers, and the bond is rattling nicely away to the upside. 195.28 now trading 197.08. Remember we talked about that negative sentiment based on the market storyline? Remember that? Well, that negative sentiment, you wonder why people, the market was trading negative sentiment, and then all of a sudden you get a big negative number coming out with the University of Michigan consumers expectations, guys. 65.2, previous was 79. Conditions 77.9, prior was 84.5, and preliminary sentiment numbers 70.2, the expectation was 81.2. Inflation, preliminary inflation expectations 1 year out, 4.7 prior, now 4.6, and the 5-year inflation expectations prior of 2.8, now at 3%. So you can see we've just went up to 197.12 now, guys. 197.12 on the bond. 197.12, and you had the chance to buy bonds when that was making that higher high up here. That's the opportunity by looking at that chart, is you could have bought your bond at that stage, and you've just made yourself a very, very nice $1,500 per contract, guys. $1,500 per contract, guys. That's a great, great, great profit. Well done. Well done. And obviously massive activity at that price. 195, 197.08. It's massive activity, so you're obviously going to be looking at that activity and saying, right, there it is, there it is. There's the walk away. There's the walk away, and possibly the reversal out for profit taking. We should be able to make some dollars on the way back off that price at 8s and 9s, and let's see how far it goes, and a little bit of profit taking opportunities to snap up some of that exceptionally high priced bond prices up there. Beautiful. So big spike number, guys. Big spike number. Remember we shorted the. Do you remember we shorted the crack spread, guys? And we tweeted it. We very rarely tweet crack spreads, do we? This is what happened to the crack spread. Remember, this is $10 a $10 a point, guys. $10 a point. Just trades the same as oil. So when it's trading at $27.60, it traded a low price of $25.60. That's a $2,000 drop on a crack spread. $2,000 drop on the crack spread there into the big volume here. And that's obviously where the volume reversal came in for the crack spread for the bounce. Unbelievable, isn't it? Absolutely unbelievable. It's a beauty, Kim. It's an absolute rip roarer. You gotta love that one. You gotta love that one, guys. Smoking, 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 smoking.